Today, we're diving into the scientific and practical solutions for erectile dysfunction, a growing issue among men over the age of 50. This video brings together evidence-based herbal strategies from respected academic sources and effective exercises recommended by urologists. My goal isn't to feed you textbook information, but to give you a roadmap, something that genuinely works that you can understand logically and actually apply in your daily life. So, if you're ready, let's get started. First, let's get one thing straight. Erectile dysfunction, trouble getting or keeping an erection, is not an inevitable part of aging. Sure, it becomes more common after 50, but age itself isn't the main reason. The real drivers are vascular health, hormone balance, nerve function, and lifestyle. In other words, we're talking about factors that can be influenced. That means if you target the right areas, you can absolutely make a meaningful difference. Looking at the scientific literature, especially over the past 2 decades, interest in herbal treatments has grown significantly. The reason is simple. A lot of men are either reluctant to rely on medications long-term or are concerned about side effects. Systematic reviews have shown that some herbs don't work randomly. They act through very specific biological mechanisms. One of the key terms you'll hear is nitric oxide. That's because when nitric oxide levels rise, blood flow to the penis increases. And that's the very foundation of how erections happen. Take herbs like Panax Ginseng, Maca, Ginkgo biloba, and Tribulus terrestris. These either boost nitric oxide production, help relax blood vessels, or indirectly support hormonal balance. Clinical trials show that men using these herbs experienced measurable improvements in international erectile function scores. In other words, this isn't just hearsay. It's backed by quantifiable, peer-reviewed results. But here's the critical point. Herbs alone often aren't enough. Because getting an erection isn't just about increasing blood flow, it's also about keeping that blood where it needs to stay. That's where muscle control comes in. Specifically, the pelvic floor muscles and deep core muscles play a crucial, often overlooked role in maintaining firmness. In this series, we're going to approach the problem from 2 angles. The first, scientifically tested herbal supplements. The second, urologist-endorsed exercises that, when done correctly, positively influence blood vessels, nerves, and muscle strength all at once. We'll break this down step by step so you not only do the right things, you understand why they work. In the next episode, we'll take a close look at each of these herbs, what they do, how they work, who they're best for, and most importantly, what realistic results you can expect. So stick around because next we're heading straight into the heart of it. Now, let's get into the part everybody wants to know. What are the top 5 herbs that have actually been studied, and who are they best suited for? There are dozens of herbs and hundreds of products on the market, but only a handful have been rigorously evaluated in clinical research. That's what we're focusing on here, the ones backed by science. First up is Panax Ginseng. This herb primarily works by promoting blood vessel relaxation and boosting nitric oxide production. Clinical studies have shown that with consistent use, it leads to noticeable improvements in erection quality and sexual satisfaction. It tends to be especially effective for men with circulation issues. Second is Maca. Maca's biggest strength is enhancing libido and boosting overall energy. It does not directly raise testosterone levels, but it strengthens the communication between the brain and the sexual system. So if you're someone who says, the desire is there, but the performance is off, Maca might be your go-to. Then there's Yohimbine, a bit more complex. Yohimbine works through the nervous system and can help some men initiate erections more easily. But it is not for everyone. If you have heart rhythm problems or blood pressure issues, it absolutely requires a doctor's supervision. It can be powerful, but only for the right person. Next up is Ginkgo biloba. This herb supports the inner lining of blood vessels and improves brain circulation. It is particularly useful when erectile issues are linked with stress, mental fatigue, or concentration problems. Its biggest advantage is how it boosts blood flow. Finally, we have Tribulus terrestris. This one is often misunderstood. It does not magically increase testosterone, but it can improve the body's response to hormonal signals. For men with mild to moderate erectile dysfunction, especially with long-term use, it can be beneficial. Now here's the key takeaway. Not every herb works the same for every man, because the root cause of erectile dysfunction is not the same for everyone. And that's exactly why, in the next episodes, we're going to explore how combining these herbs with specific exercises creates far stronger results. This is where the real transformation begins. Now we've reached a critical point, because even though many men see some benefit from herbs, they often say, it's just not quite enough. And more often than not, the reason isn't about getting blood into the penis, it's about keeping it there. This is where the pelvic floor muscles come into play. You can think of the pelvic floor muscles as a natural valve under the penis that locks in the blood. When these muscles are strong and work in sync, the blood doesn't escape, and erections last longer. But when they're weak or uncoordinated, erections either don't happen fully, or they fade quickly. When we look at the scientific research, pelvic floor exercises have been shown to significantly improve erection scores. And this isn't just in younger men. It's clearly seen in men over 50 as well. Because muscles age, yes, but when trained, they regain strength. Now, let's clear up a common misunderstanding. Pelvic floor training isn't just about the classic squeeze and release Kegels. The real impact comes when these exercises are combined with deep core muscles and synchronized breathing. You're not just training one muscle, you're training an entire system. Especially when the transverse abdominis, the deep abdominal muscle, works together with the pelvic floor, blood flow to the pelvic region improves, nerve connections get stronger, and the brain-body connection becomes more precise. That makes it easier not just to achieve an erection, but to maintain it. And here's what many men realize when they first start working these muscles. I've never actually had control over this area before. That awareness alone is a huge step, because as control increases, anxiety drops. And as anxiety drops, performance naturally improves. In the next section, we'll break down the specific exercises urologists often recommend and use in clinical practice. How to do them, how many reps, and most importantly, why doing them the wrong way gets you nowhere. Now we're getting into the practical side of things. Because doing exercises is one thing, doing them right is another. And the difference between the two can completely change your results. This is exactly what urologists emphasize. Quality matters more than quantity. Let's start with pelvic floor activation. The goal of this exercise is to consciously engage and release the pelvic floor together with the deep abdominal muscles. As you exhale, gently imagine lifting your pelvic floor and lower belly upward. Hold for a few seconds, then release with control. There's no rush here. You're not just training muscles, you're training control. The second key move is the bridge with abduction. Lying on your back, you lift your hips into the air. This doesn't just activate your glutes, It also engages the pelvic floor and improves blood flow. When you gently open and close your knees, it works like a pump for the pelvic region, supporting the blood flow necessary for strong erections. Third, we have the frog stretch. This one's often underestimated, but it has a deep effect. It relaxes the inner thighs, groin, and pelvic floor all at once. Because sometimes the issue isn't weakness, it's tension. Tight muscles can compress blood flow and nerves. The frog stretch slowly releases that tension, unlocking better circulation. What all these exercises have in common is this: they don't just build strength, they create balance. They teach your body how to both engage and release. And when that balance is restored, erections become more natural, more sustainable, and more under your control. But let me be clear, these exercises aren't a one-night miracle. Just like going to the gym, they require consistency and patience. Even 5 to 10 minutes a day is enough, but what matters most is doing them every day. In the next section, we'll talk about what happens when these exercises are combined with herbal support, why they work so much better together than they do alone. This is where the real synergy begins. Now we're starting to see the full picture. Because yes, herbs and exercises can work on their own, but the real difference happens when you combine them. And the reason is simple: they target the same problem from two different angles. Herbal supplements work mostly on a chemical and vascular level. They boost nitric oxide production, help the blood vessels relax, and increase blood flow. So more blood reaches the penis, and the quality of that blood flow improves. But if that blood doesn't stay there, the results are still limited. Exercises, on the other hand, work on a mechanical and neuromuscular level. They strengthen the pelvic floor muscles, improve nerve-to-muscle coordination, and make it easier to keep that blood where it needs to be. So one brings the blood in, the other locks it in place. Scientific studies clearly show why this combo is more effective. While vascular health improves, so does muscular control, leading to firmer, longer-lasting erections. And that benefit isn't just physical, it shows up in confidence, too. This is where a lot of men have a key realization. It used to be completely hit or miss. Now I'm in control. That one sentence is powerful, because most erection issues are as much mental as they are physical. When you regain a sense of control, performance anxiety naturally fades. Another major advantage is sustainability. Medications usually offer short-term fixes, but the herb plus exercise combo retrains your body. So if you stop for a while, everything doesn't just fall apart. You've already built a stronger foundation. But let's be honest, this approach takes patience. It's not a hack. It's a rebuilding process. And if you don't understand how to manage that process, you might give up too soon with the wrong expectations. That's exactly what we'll talk about in the next section. Now we've reached one of the most important parts. Because even if you're doing the right things, the wrong exp can make even the most effective methods with this approach. Most guys start feeling the first effects within 2 to 3 weeks. You might notice firmer erections. More one of the most common mistakes? Doing everything at once and overdoing it. Too many supplements, too many exercises, too many expectations, and your body struggles to keep up. In reality, less but consistent always beats more but CH. Another mistake is focusing, and some men quit too early. I tried it for a week, nothing happened. But here's the truth. Your nerves, blood vessels, and muscles are being retrained. That takes time. It's like, let me say this clearly. The men who manage this process well experience transformation beyond erections. They build a better connection with air. In the next and final part, we'll wrap all of this into a clear, simple roadmap. Now you can clearly see the big picture. What we did in this series was not reduce erectile dysfunction to one single cause. We didn't just blame age, and we didn't put all our hope into one herb or one exercise. Because science tells us this, erectile dysfunction is a multifactorial issue, and the solution must be multidimensional. On one side, we have herbal supports. Plants like Panax Ginseng, Maca, Ginkgo biloba, Tribulus terrestris, and Yohimbine contribute to the process by supporting nitric oxide production, relaxing blood vessels, and strengthening nerve communication. In clinical studies, these herbs have shown meaningful improvements, especially in mild and moderate erectile difficulties. So this approach is grounded in real scientific evidence. On the other side, we have exercises. The pelvic floor muscles, deep abdominal muscles, and the muscles around the hips form the mechanical foundation of an erection. When trained correctly, they help lock blood in place. Controlled, regular exercises done with proper breathing don't just make erections stronger, they make them more controllable. When these two fronts work together, something powerful happens. Your body relearns how to respond. Erections stop being a matter of luck and become a repeatable, reliable process. And this isn't just a physical gain. As your sense of control grows, performance anxiety decreases. And when anxiety drops, the body functions more freely. It becomes a positive cycle that feeds itself when built in the right direction. After this, what you need to do isn't complicated. Progress consistently and steadily. Don't force everything at once. Give your body time. This isn't a race, it's a rebuilding process. And no matter your age, the door to improvement isn't closed. What we talked about today, both the scientifically studied herbs and the exercises, provides a strong foundation for combating erectile dysfunction. This video was based solely on reliable sources. If you found this information helpful, don't forget to comment, subscribe, and like. This is a long-form video series, and there's more on the way. With your support, we can reach even more people.